Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is specifically for postpartum mamas. I wanted to share the supplies that I used in the hospital and the supplies that I used at home from Frida Mom afterwards that really helped me to recover after my birth. Okay, so first and foremost, I wanted to share that my hospital, my nurse was very generous and gave me like a whole kit for when I was leaving, like a to-go kit of new items that I can continue to use at home. My first postpartum, I did not receive additional supplies. I only had what I started to use in the hospital. But this second time around, my nurse just gave me additional supplies, and I'm so appreciative of that. So know that you can ask for more supplies, and you definitely should take the supplies that you have in your hospital room. They're already open, they're already charged to you, and it's like hospital grade items. Like, why not use them? However, if you don't have enough supplies, I highly recommend using the Frida Mom postpartum recovery essentials kit. That's what I got, and it helped me out tremendously when I did run out of supplies. So the first thing that I want to share is that I got like a whole 5-pack of these little, what do you call them? Like pads, like to go underneath you. It helped me a lot. Not only the first couple days when I came home, I slept on them and I put them underneath me, just in case there was, leakage while I was overnight. And it saved me from having to wash my sheets multiple times or worry about any of that. I only used it for the first couple of nights. However, once I was done using them for that, I still had extras left over, and I just started using them as like changing pads for baby girl. I changed her on the bed right here, and it just made so much more sense for me to put that underneath her than like a towel or something else, in case there was a miss. So highly recommend using the hospital pads, asking for additional ones, or if you have some like at home, just from like your pet or something like that, feel free to use those too. Second, I got like 4 or 5 additional of these like disposable undies to put the big like pads in. These are like the hospital pads. Luckily, this time around, I didn't bleed as heavily as I did the first time around, and the big pads I only used for the first 2 days as well, and then I was able to transition to just a regular pad, which they gave me this whole pack, and then I also used the one that I had in the hospital. So it was really nice to not have to use the bigger pads. My first birth of my son and my first postpartum experience, I bled heavily for like the first month. This time around, I bled heavily for the first couple of days coming home, and then it started to slowly taper off. Whereas now, like, I'm just at a panty liner, and I transitioned to a panty liner maybe like around week 4, if not sooner. So it's been great. So yeah, loved that I got these 2 from the hospital, and had more than enough to last me for the first week postpartum. After that, the Frida Mom Care Kit does have these like padsicles. Let's see, there we go. These padsicles, which are so easy to just like crack and like insert. You can make a padsicle at home, but the Frida Mom kit comes with, I believe, 4, and I miscounted. I didn't even realize that I had one more that I hadn't used, because when I went to go get all the supplies for this video, I was like, how do I still have one of these and I didn't use it? So make sure that you count how many you have and use the amount that you have. From the hospital, I got these little Tux pads, and these you can either use to wipe, or you can put them like on the pad. They're Tux wipes, pre-moistened witch hazel pads. So this helps with healing. And when I ran out of these, I then was able to use these from Frida Mom, which were great. And then when I ran out of these, I then just used like a generic like CVS brand one. So they're just little witch hazel wipes that help with cleaning and healing down there. From the hospital, I also got the Dermaplast. This I definitely used for like the first 2 weeks to just numb down there. And then after that, I still have some left in here. I didn't use it all. I just transitioned to the Frida Mom perennial healing spray. Perennial healing foam. And with this, I would just put a couple squirts onto the pad when I was done going to the restroom. One thing that I did love was the spray bottle that comes in the Frida Mom. So this is the bottle that you get from the hospital, but this is what you get from the Frida Mom kit. It comes in the little bag so that you can, of course, keep it covered when not in use. And it has an angled, like, look at this. It has like a little angled spout, which is a lot better than this one for sure. The angled spout allows you to just sit there and like angle it where you need, versus this one you have to lift your leg and move around. The angled spout is so much better, so I highly recommend just using this from the get-go and not even worrying about the hospital one. Yeah, I'm like, those are all the things that I got from the hospital versus what comes in the Frida Mom Essentials Recovery Kit. Again, I highly recommend getting the Frida Mom Essentials Recovery Kit because it has everything that you're going to need. And I used everything that was in the kit, literally. I forgot to use one of the things, but it's more than enough. It also comes with disposable undies in the kit, which I used when I ran out of the hospital disposable undies. So loved that. Aside from that, my postpartum this time around, my 6-week appointment is coming up, and like I said, I'm down to a panty liner, barely bleeding at all. First time around, I bled for 2 months straight before being able to just have a panty liner or nothing. So it has been an easier process this time around. I did not have an epidural and I was completely natural this time. So I don't know if it's because of that or because it's my second baby. My body knows what to do. It's a little different. But I just wanted to share the items that I got from the hospital versus the Frida Mom kit. And they are very interchangeable, very similar. So use my link down below to purchase the Frida Mom kit on Amazon. I do get a small commission if you do purchase it through my link. It is a great gift for any mom that is going to be delivering. I highly recommend gifting it. It was actually gifted to me and it was phenomenal. It did wonders. So yeah, I just wanted to share what items you can use, and also don't forget to like ask your nurse for additional supplies. They will give them to you. It's going to get charged to your insurance instead of you, so why not? All right, that's it for today's video, and I hope that you share it with a mama that's going to be postpartum soon or is postpartum now. Ideally right before you deliver, you're watching this video so that you can be prepared. All right, have a good one. Bye.